Now, this wide receiver class may not live up to the elite standards of years past, but I still believe this class is loaded. Now, let me explain in greater detail as to why. First up, the first thing that comes to mind is there's not a one-of-one talent in this class. Look at last year's wide receiver class, and it was loaded with ones, but that's not the case this year. In fact, I only see two guys that can truly become long-term number one options. The guys being Luther Burden from Missouri and Tet McMillan from Arizona. Both guys have elite traits. McMillan has really good hands and is a physical freak. He's 6'4" and crazy fast, long arms to keep DBs at bay. Then you look at Luther Burden, probably a slot in the NFL, but is very strong at the point of the catch, can get up and go, burning past people, and is hard to bring down. Those are the top two guys in this class by a wide margin, in my opinion. But that's not the strength of this class. Even though there are two clear-cut top guys, it doesn't mean this class falls off a complete cliff, because this is where the strength is in this draft class. There aren't a whole bunch of number ones, but there are a lot of really good 2s and 3s in this draft. Now, I view some prospects differently than others, but when you go through and collect data of everyone's opinion on this class, the floor is really high for the middle-tier guys. The ones I really love, like Trey Harris and Alec Iomanner, are the first two to come to mind for me personally. They both have great physical traits but weren't given the full rope by their offenses, whether that was due to injury or just limiting route trees that favor the offense, but the talent was always on display from those two when the ball went to them, and those are the two I'm highlighting there because they stood out in the tier 2 wide receiver pool for me personally. But you also have a guy like Matthew Golden, who is a very good deep threat and has a lot of potential to possibly even bridge into the one category, but he didn't have a whole bunch of production his entire college career, only really producing his final year at Texas after transferring from Houston. But now we can look at the third tier guys, and that would be, in my opinion, the three guys I want to highlight are Emeka Egbuka, Jalen Royals, and Jack Bech. The guys I think that will be better serviced as the third option on their selected teams. Still talented, yes, but I wasn't really blown away with them to the point I had them as must drafts. I think they are all very talented and will thrive in the NFL. Egbuka, a guy who feasted on 2s in college, I don't think will do the same against 2s in the NFL, but I believe he'd thrive against 3s because he wouldn't be the focus of attention. The top two guys on offense get more attention. They get more coverages thrown at them, and they are pressed more often than the third option, something I think all three guys I mentioned struggled at. But they do have good film outside of that being pressed, which leads me to viewing them as highly productive number 3s in the NFL offense. But that's nothing to be ashamed about. A number 3 can be a versatile player. Most teams win Super Bowls because they have a very good third option that they can get the ball to when the first two guys are covered. It's just I don't necessarily think they are these one-of-one talents. And that's where we get the separation between past drafts and this draft. Because the talent of the top tier guys just isn't up to snuff as it's been in years past. But these middle round guys are going to be valuable contributors to whatever NFL team drafts them. And that's being lost in the shuffle here because people are just calling it a weak wide receiver draft when it's not. But that's just my opinion on this class. My wide receiver rankings aren't going to match up with everyone else's, but that's fine because I have a hard time envisioning a lot of these guys flopping. It's a talented class that thrives at certain spots. There may not be a Marvin Harrison Jr. elite level talent in this class, but there's a bunch of guys who will likely be in the league for a long time, most likely impacting the games on every single Sunday. And that's a key theme that's also lost, is that we want these big boom draft prospects, but if you can hit on a guy that sees a second contract in the NFL, that's a good draft pick. And a lot of these wide receivers are going to see a second contract, making them good draft picks. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you liked the video, I'd appreciate if you hit that like button. If you're new to the channel and you liked it, hit that subscribe button, please. I'm trying to grow this channel every day. If you'd like to share this with anybody or just online, I greatly appreciate it. I'm trying to grow this channel. Just keep on growing it every single day, uploading NFL draft content every weekday up until the NFL draft. And hey, there's going to be some free agency videos popping up this week as well. But thank you everyone for watching and have a great day.